Hi everybody and welcome back to the second video for this series here on my YouTube channel. Sorry if it's like pitch black in the background. I cannot find good lighting when filming at nighttime at all, and unfortunately I'm gonna have to be filming most of my videos at nighttime because, well, yes, I have the weekend and all that stuff, but tonight this is what I have. If I put my lights on in my room, I look so blue. So I'm gonna have to switch out this bulb that I have in my lamp right now because it's obviously too white of a light and I need more yellow because I'd rather be yellow than blue, I think. For this video, the topic is going to be, let me see, I have my book here that I write all my ideas in. It's going to be on applying for college or university, signing up for awards, and residence, applying for residence. So obviously applying is a huge thing because how else are you going to get into a college or university if you don't apply? Okay, I gotta say, stop saying college or university. I'm just gonna call it, I like saying college better, but unfortunately I've been applying to university, so I'm gonna have to say university. So when applying for a university, you're gonna go on their website, and sometimes it might be hard to find, but usually it'll say apply now in a corner somewhere, or new students, somewhere along that headline. So you obviously click there, and sometimes, since I'm applying in a different province, I live in Canada, I had to use Apply Alberta to apply to a school in Alberta, and also I think there was Apply BC because I also applied to school in BC. So you might have to go onto a different website, but don't worry, it's not that confusing. One thing I have in mind, or one thing I want you guys to definitely do when you apply to these schools, is you usually have to write or make up a username and a password. Make sure you write those down. Don't just write down the username and a password. Put down, like, at the heading, like, Apply Alberta. This is my student ID. This is blah 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 blah. And yeah, it's good to have it on a phone, but also put it in like a printed form because you never know, your phone could get wiped one day, you know? So make sure you have all of that. Secondly, they're gonna ask you for your information, like where you live, your email address, yada yada yada. And obviously that's just for them to have if they need to ever contact you, or if they're sending out your acceptance letter, you know? You want that to get to your right email address, or what? No, you want that to get to your house address. So make sure you double look everything. I always go over everything and make sure it's the right numbers and the spelling and So after giving out all your contact information, the next process most likely is sending in your transcripts so that they can see your grades, because that's a huge thing, especially if you're applying to a competitive school or a school where you need to have a certain mark to get in. So if you're applying to a school that is in your town, they will most likely get the transcript for you. But if you're applying out of province or out of state or out of country, you're going to have to contact your transcript provider, whatever they're called. My mom did it for me. And just basically notify them and tell them what school to send it to, the address. And if it's out of your town, you most likely will have to pay a fee for that. I don't know how much. I think I might have had to pay $30 just so that it got there on time, because I didn't want it sitting in the mail for like 20 days. I wanted it to get to them fast. So yeah, just make sure. And if you're not completed high school, don't worry. Obviously, they will take your marks. I think they'll take your first semester marks, but I think they'll take like midway last semester or something like that. Just so that they know where you are in those classes, which kind of sucks because you could be doing bad and then do really good, but that's life, I guess. I don't know. I didn't have to worry about that because I took a year off, so I mean, that's good, one good thing, right? So after sending in your transcript, that's usually when you are completed, but then at the very end, you're also going to need to pay a fee for applying. I think it's about $50 or $100 or $150. I think it's $100 or $50. I don't think it's $150, but obviously it's going to vary for wherever you apply. So keep that in mind. It does cost money. So have a credit card, either yours or your mom's. I don't have one, so I got my mom to do it, and then I paid her back. Once you're done applying for school, do not stop there. Don't just sit back, relax, and let the letter come in, because there are a ton of other things that you need to look into. For one, if this is an out-of-school university, no. For one, if this is an out-of-town university or college, make sure you're finding somewhere you're living or that you apply for residence. Applying for residence might not be the same time that they're accepting applications to come in for school. So the one that I applied for in BC, I think it was about a month later they were accepting for residence. So you have to make sure you know the different dates and write them down, because if you just go on that day, then you're most likely going to have the best chance to get in. Because you have to remember, stuff does get filled up, just like with school. Send in your application as soon as you know, because you don't want to not get in just because there's no more spots. So for residents, they're going to just ask you some questions like what type of person you are, if you like to study lots, if you're a partier, if you smoke, if you want to be around a lot of people. So that's like if you want to have 3 roommates, or if you just want to have 1, or if you just want to be alone. And obviously it's going to cost less if you live with more people. So that's why when I applied, I was like, I'll live with 3 others so I don't have to pay that much. Personally, one school I applied for, I had family that lived in that town, so they offered to let me stay with them, but I passed that down just for the first year, because I think residence is so important to do for your first year of college or university. Number one, you meet so many new people, whether it's on your floor, your roommates, just walking by down the halls. You're going to meet a ton of more people that way, rather than just going to classes and going in and coming right out, and then going in and coming right out. You know, you're having downtime around the people who are there. And it's going to be people that are just like you. They have moved from somewhere else to live here. They're starting fresh. They might not have friends. You know, not everybody goes to school with the same people they went to high school with. So it's awesome, because I feel like that's the best way to make friends in university. And that's one thing I'm so looking forward to, is just meeting a ton of new people and kind of putting myself in a new experience of living on my own and getting to experience that with others who are also living on their own. So you kind of are all in the same boat together. After applying for residence, I definitely recommend that you go check in the awards section. Some awards you do not have to apply for. It's just if you enter, they're like entry awards. So if you have like an outstanding mark or something, or I don't know, you just have done a lot of volunteering, they might recognize you and give you like $200 to go towards your school or to travel or something to benefit you for sure. Other awards you have to apply for, so you have to get like an application and fill it out, and if it's an award for money because you don't have enough to pay for your school, you have to provide them with your financial what's the word I'm looking for? Information? That was such a hard word, wow. Yeah, you have to provide them with your financial information so that you can't just make up like, oh, I live on the streets. No, honey, you don't. So I have to say is, when you can apply for your school, go ahead and do it as fast as you can, because, you know, things fill up and you don't want to not get in just because of that. Definitely go ahead and sign up for residence. I've never personally done it, but I have friends who have and my siblings who have, and it just looks like so much fun and just a great way to meet new people in a new city or a new town that you're going to. And definitely look into awards if you want to score some extra money. You know, you might have to write like a little paper about yourself or explain what you did over the summer. Anyways, thanks for sticking around for this video and sitting in the dark with me. Like, if you guys have any tips for lighting in the dark, I have this bulb lamp thing here, and I think I'm going to switch it out. Anyways, I think I'm going to wrap this video up because, yeah, I think I pretty much covered all I wanted to. My next video of the series might not be uploaded for a while because I think it's about... Actually, no, I can talk about my interview and how to prepare for an interview for applying for a college. So I can do that one, but after that, I basically have to wait to get a letter. And so that's going to determine if this series continues or not, guys. So like I said before, cross your fingers. So if you guys have anything else you'd like to see, just let me know in the comments below. Have a good day. Bye.